this time around, but it is done. The good thing about this is we have a decent sized header here, and we should make this harvest seem pretty quick, almost a better view than had it in the early morning. And take a peek at the forecast. There is a little bit of a snowstorm coming this morning, so I think we really need to get a head start here. The yield's looking okay. We're at about 78%, and I didn't notice that all my fields need to plow. And it's a new feature for me to play with. So we will take care of that next time around. The grass field, we're going to see how the yield is, and we might have to redo that field as well after one harvest. We should check on that though, because I'm
Hello,
wondering
hello.
if it's going to be at a state where we can actually harvest it in November. Because I mean, we might need to just to get something going for something else that we can sell. But hopefully, you get a
All
decent
right, guys.
potential for
Trying here.
and just peak here. Looks like January will peak. Let's take a peek at peak price.
Trying to
5 in January. So
figure out what we got going on here, guys.
So we're gonna have to do a little bit of that too to get by. There's only 11,000. I do. I got some comments. To look at some of these here. Not necessarily wanting to do worms. So we might, when we get done, if this harvest is still here,
I am looking.
grab it.
I gotta turn my TV off. Sorry, sock's way up, but I'm turning it off.
Take care of our bills this month and then hold on to some items that we could wait till they're at peak price to maximize income. It's gonna.
All right. Let's see. For some reason I've been having a lot of issues with this loading properly. Live. I'm just trying to get this thing to show up live. Okay, it's trying to connect my encoder now. So I'm not sure why it's giving me issues, but I think we're there. How you guys doing today? All right, so we have this is Homestead. We have um I don't know if we have any vehicles. Let me see. Vehicles. Um, so we do have a truck. She's Butte Clark. All right, we got the engine started up. Gonna have to find where I can repair it. I don't have a lot going on. Actually, I don't know as I need to repair this. I'll see how much it's gonna cost. Let's wait. It's it's a crazy playthrough. I accidentally have it set up for like I can't tab, so that's going to be fun. Something I'm going to have to get used to. But let's go ahead and check out our property. We are on hard, and it looks like we have this teeny dinky field. Not sure what to do with that. All right, let's jump into this tractor. This is pretty beat up too. Let's see what's for sale. It's not bad. Can't afford that. Let's see about this New Holland. What do we got going on? What the heck? I mean, that's interesting. All right. It's got 124 horse engine. I can upgrade it for 29 grand. Let's wait because I've got to find a way to make some cash initially. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna get a silage setup going. I don't think I'm gonna get a cheaper setup than this. So what we'll do is we'll purchase this and then well, let's get it started. I'll get this tractor repaired while I'm up there. And while he's doing that, let's go place a silage pit. Welcome, welcome. So we're on Homestead. I'm doing this on hard. I've got very little money. Got very little of anything, to be honest. Patience included in that. Hope you're having a good day. So we're going to repair our tractor because I mean it needs to be done. And then thought about trying to get one of those, but I'll be all right. So these all have a ton of time. They'll be available next month still. Let's look for. So I have a plow. But what I really want is a Hoping for a silage roller. There, silage compaction. I'll get one of these later on. Um, well, let's take a look at this one. Yeah, we'll buy this. We're gonna unhook that. I'm only gonna have this tractor for probably one season. Attachers. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get this all hooked up. I'm only gonna be able to play for about an hour and a half, guys. I have to go get kids at 2:15, so maybe a little bit longer. We'll see. We shall see. But while he's driving, I'm gonna see about getting that silo in place. All right, so large bunker silo. I don't want a completely buildable one. Kind of like this one here. All right. Now, where's our property? Um, oh, I'm just gonna find a spot to drive, and then I'm gonna drive. See where it takes us. Hope is to get a couple of loads. Right, so that's where our property is ending, which is fine. It's always good to know where you're land runs to. Then we'll work on increasing the field size. But I'd like to get a couple loads of silage started. It'll take a bit of time. I don't know if I'll have uh, 2 loads worth of silage here. But the goal is get it initially picked up and put in the pit, and then move along to uh, our next money grab, which would be getting a field in. So I would like to put in a grass field over on this side, so I will be working on that first and foremost after I get a couple loads of silage in the bunker. Currently at 26,757. I think this thing holds 35.5, but it's getting a little bit on the heavy side, so I don't know. We might be closer to being done than we thought. Hey Archie, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. You've been You been playing much this week? I got on last night for the first time in a few days. It was it was interesting because I just kind of took a little bit of a break. I think I mentally needed one. Okay, sounds good. Well, I appreciate that. I'm on Homestead, which is kind of a um, Clutch is doing a uh, playthrough on this map. He flies in on a bush plane. It's kind of cool. Okay, enjoy your lunch. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to um, get this all loaded up, put in a field, and then, if there's time, I'll come back and do some more grass cutting. I don't have to worry so much about it. I can uh, I can take my sweet time. All right, we're just gonna get turned around. I don't know how big this field truly is gonna become, but I feel like its current size is like, what's the point? Trying to pick it all up so we can put it all away. So how you guys doing today? Archie, I know you left to go for lunch, so figure you're just running the stream in the background, giving me some view time. I appreciate that. But whoever else is out there, you know, feel free to say hi. I'm not too terrible. I don't say too many mean things. That's not to say I don't say mean things, just not too many. All right, we're just getting straightened out. So low key, I don't love this setup because it doesn't give me precisely what I'm looking for. I mean, yeah, it cuts grass and all that jazz, but not in a favorable sort of quantity, which is unfortunate. I really wish it gave better options, but so far I don't know of uh, any other forage wagon that does the mowing as well. So I started watching this show on Netflix called Boots. It's about, you know, boot camp based on a novel, I guess, called like Pink Marine, um, which that's a whole story in itself, but it kind of goes over uh, the stuff from the early 90s on what it was like being in the Marines and how basic was. how the military was an option for people that had criminal backgrounds and it was, join the Marines or go to jail type of thing. It's one of the aspects of it, as well as, how um, the psychological aspects of it. It's really a cool show, but it's only got one season. So if I watch it too quickly, I'm going to be really impatient about corresponding seasons and when they're going to hurry up and release them. All right. Well, we got two loads. What I think we'll wind up doing is we're going to take our plow. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need to, I don't have periodic plowing turned on. So I'm going to take that up and get rid of it. We don't need it. So it's really just doing nothing for us. Well, we are almost empty. Come on. And let's go ahead and grab. I don't know if I have anything in this. Really need to see. I do not. So I'm going to need to go and get something. Also, these buildings are essentially useless. Let's see if I can't get rid of them. Not this. Okay. Now we don't have all that crap in the way. We'll find a uh different mod for stuff. All right. So we're gonna need No, we're gonna need some seeds. All right. And I'm gonna need a cultivator of some variety. Ruh-roh. Let's look for cedars. I like this one. So this Great Plains goes, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. And I still need a cultivator. I'm looking at cultivators and subsoilers, you guys. I don't know which is gonna be better. It's going. How are you doing, Arch? Ugh, do not like that. - 3.2, 3. Hmm. So should I go with that? This? That's more financially, um, or that's faster and wider. That one's faster, but way more expensive. That's 4 meters, but it's too hard to pull. That is 5.2, 3, 4.5. That's a front cultivator. No. Mulch tiller. No. I'm going to stay away from those ones. Yeah, I was wondering about how that went for you. I was thinking about you. You know, no. I think I'm going with this one here. So where was the spot at? On your face, or my mom had it removed from right underneath her eye. My dad had, parts of his ears. So, um, my father-in-law's, his was on his chest. Same, the same thing. Too much sun when they were younger. Well, just resist that urge to scratch at him. I know it's going to be tough, but you got all that seed and fertilizer loaded up. Now let's hook up this guy. Let's drive everything back. Yeah, that sun, I mean, the sunshine provides a lot, of vitamin D and everything, but you do have to be careful. You can still get plenty of vitamin D if you wear sunscreen. Ah, that's just a character mark. How long was it? My mom's was 2.5 inches of right below her eye. So yeah, they took out a lot, but you have to be sure that they have to be sure they're getting it all. So no more fishing. So did have you seen this? Um, it's called it's a scrap mod. Rather interesting. I'm very intrigued by it. Yeah, basically the map is littered with scrap metal, and you get a metal detector so you can find it. It's kind of interesting, and then you can sell the scrap. Oh, did he? Oh, please tell me it's one that you can repair your equipment for less expensive on your own uh, farm. I really like Farm Sim Guy. I don't feel like this John Deere 3650 has got the that I need. Um, don't really want that. Kind of like the New Holland Red, but I don't want to spend it to get it. Front loader attacher. I could do that. Let's see how much I get for this before I go and do silly things. I mean, at its current value, I could probably just keep this. It's only worth 1,500. Let's see what I can buy brand new. It's- hmm. Engine setup. Well, maybe that's a little bit pricey for what I need. A good old Kramer. New Holland Isle. I don't feel like the star is the way to go. Hmm. I don't know, Archie. I'm not seeing what I could buy with my limited funds that would make sense. I mean, I could get that Fiat, the 140. That would eat up all my cash. I think I'm gonna go with this. I can upgrade it later. I mean, I could do that. No, I'm just gonna do that. Do I have options on tires? Ooh, those are chunkier. Yeah, I'll go with the chunkier ones. They don't cost me anything. I'll change that later if I want it. All right, let's buy that. And we're gonna look for a spreader that's not gonna financially ruin us. Probably that one. And okay. Yeah, I like that. We'll buy that. Then we'll fill it with lime. Maybe not quite. Okay. Now, just want to go to there. Yeah, we're just trying to get everything where it needs to be. So the big things I need to purchase are going to be some form of a roller and then um, I don't know, but a roller would be nice. Tractor seems weird that it's got a higher speed rating than this one does, and I am flying past. I think the AI worker has been spending a little bit too much time at the pub. Ah, now that we've gotten this guy brought back, it is time. See how we can do. Yeah, this seems to be having a little easier time. You guys in the comments, let me know. Have you guys been watching Clutch in his back country playthrough that he's been doing? It's been really interesting because he's using this mod for his grass where it's got to be properly dried, and there's a meter, and you read how much moisture content's in it. It's really cool. Um, I've been entertained by that. I didn't think I would be, but you know, Clutch always does a really good job. I love it when he uh, puts himself inside the tractor, and he does his point of view, and it's so well done, and it's so entertaining. I wish I had half that creativity. Well, if you get a chance, definitely check it out. So this same mod that or this same series I've been watching that has the metal detector has also got an invoice mod, which I downloaded the invoice mod. I want to check it out. I actually have it loaded for this playthrough. I don't know if I'll be able to do it though because I'm not sure if there's any other farms on this map. Best way to find out, yeah, there's no contracts out there, so I'm assuming that there probably isn't. Yeah, he's got it set up where, he lands his bush plane. He's got a landing strip, which to me is like it's cool that he does that, but man, what a waste of workable land. Just land it in your grass field or something. All of his horses keep dying because he's got the realistic animal mod, and he started off with two horses, and they both died. And then there was a tornado. One of his horses died, and I'm like, I'd stop raising horses or something. Clearly, it's not his thing. But Clutch is one of my favorite uh, creators just because he does something no one else does. When you see him driving a tractor, or he videos himself and then he you know imports that video into his video to have him standing on his front porch and talking to the camera inside the game, and it's really cool. I don't know of anybody else doing that type of, you know, content creation. I really wish I did know people doing it, but I wish I could do it. I'm an old dog. I don't know if I can learn new tricks at this point. It took me over a year on Farming Simulator 22 to actually download and install a mod. So when we get done doing this, we're going to actually probably work up a second field. I haven't really decided where yet. It's not going to be big. Um, Actually, thinking somewhere up over here. Oh, like 1600. So I'm thinking about this area right here, putting in another field. I'll put one up here as well, and I'm not sure. I might do animals up over here. I just haven't really given it a lot of thought. Now I have like 65 maps installed, so I could really pare that down quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know why I have so many maps. I only get 20 save slots. I mean, some of them are maps that have multiple variations, like New Horizon. It has like four different variations. I mean, if No Man's Land and Hinterland were to come back from 22, I don't think I'd play on any other maps. But the creator for No Man's Land has said he's not doing 25. I think he felt like it was just overplayed and everybody did it. Every time he turned around, he'd see it. I think that John Deere is only like 116. This one's 140. It's still got a little bit of struggle, but not as much as the John Deere. See if I can get let's see if I can afford soil information. Yes, I can. Oh, that is going to be wasted on grass. Oof. I'll get the John Deere I'll get a worker going on spreading the lime. Oh, let's just back this up. All right, let's drop that down. How far over does this go? All right, it'll go basically all the way to the woods. but that's further than I want it to go. Because I want to leave myself a drive of some variety. This way, if I want to get timber, I don't have to drive on my actual fields. Should I plant wheat or barley? I was thinking canola, but if I did wheat or barley, I could probably get chickens. I just realized that I had this all turned on. That'll make you angry. I think we're going to make good progress here. But I'm going to have to get um, way more money to even think about really doing a lot of stuff. I may have to, in fact, do a spot of, you know, a load or two of grass just to sell it, cover some expenses. Or I could return yeah, actually that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to return that whole entire setup for uh silage. While I like it, it's not economical for me anymore. It's fine. I can go ahead and get a cheap mower and a cheap rake and probably have money left over, as well as getting, because if I do it right, I could do, no, don't want to do that. All right. So if I did it right, I could return that um, trailer and if I purchase something like that, not the double bar wouldn't be bad, but I just don't want to use it again. I don't want them because they're too slow. But if I got like the McHale, that one might not be bad. And then a cheap windrow, 5 grand, or even cheaper yet. Go with one like this. Or if I wanted to do even cheaper still, I'd go with this one. I like the Oliver. If I want instant money, um, this Oliver is the way to go right here. If I wanted to just make a good chunk of money quick. But yeah, we'd look at something like that, 5,600. It only holds 10,000 liters, but might be the sacrifice we got to make. One of the things I wish I did not have to deal with right now is using the where I can't tab to vehicles. I mean, it adds a level of realism though, I guess. So maybe I should just stick with it. I don't know yet. Archie, you like those big tractors because you love those big fields. I couldn't imagine doing those massive fields with a teeny tiny tractor like this either. And what is it? The 1950s? 1960s? I mean, that would have been more realistic. honestly, I don't know if in the 50s or 60s if they even went that high. I mean, back in the early 70s, uh, you know, John Deere had their 4020s, and those were considered a farm workhorse. They were like I don't know, 100 and 120, 125. The 4010, I think, was a gas, so it didn't have as much power, and you went through a lot more fuel. Um, a big bud. Yeah, I do remember the white tractors, the field bosses. I mean, they weren't massive by any means, but like 160 horsepower in the late 70s. International was in the mid late 70s when they started hitting 250, 300 horse. I mean, we're talking 50 years ago. Can you believe that? Now I still think about my dad's old John Deere uh 4000. I think it was a 1972 or 1973, and that was 116 horse and um two-wheel drive, but it had power steering, and that was always considered a pretty big tractor for, and that's over 50 years old now. I mean, that's insane to think about. When my dad bought that tractor in the late 80s, I mean, 1986 or 87, it's even harder to think about. I remember I remember learning how to drive on that tractor. I mean, I was like maybe 10 or 11 in the late 80s. Yeah, it's always been a good, strong running tractor. Still is to this day. My my brother wants to eventually purchase it from uh my mom's estate, but it's still there though. He wants to keep it kind of as a, you know, keep it long term into the family's legacy, I guess. All right, we're gonna get this guy going on planting some grass for us. And we're going to hop back into this guy. See what all we can get into trouble for. I think that'd be a good field up there for um, barley. Then I have to maybe get one more field in. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait until spring and do oats. That way I can have more stuff to mow for the rest of this season. So tell me, you guys, aside from Archie, what are you guys up to? Do you play Farming Simulator, or you just kind of thought you'd pop in and watch? Always interested to know what's going on. Um, $12,265. I think I'll go with this here. No, I think I'm gonna go with the I should just go with the Oliver conditioner, but seems kind of cheaty to me. I'll go with this coon. Now, go with the Tedder. And we'll buy that. And we'll get a windrower. Rear attacher, attacher type. Buy that. Okay. Now, let's run our tractor. Oh, one of our tractor's already there. Let's jump in here. And we're gonna put on the front hydraulics. All right, now we're cooking with oil. So there's a reason that I wanted this rake systems because I could haul all of it fairly easily. Come on. Well, that's supposed to hook up. Rear attacher, attachment type. Let's see what I can do here. All right. So I was talking with Nugget yesterday, and doing a we're doing a Sri Lanka playthrough as well, which is always a good time. I need to get a barn. Definitely need to get a barn. Got to keep a close eye on my time too, because I got to go get kids here shortly, and don't want to keep them waiting, because they're the most patient people in the world. Just gonna run back and get my other equipment. But first, let's cover this up. I have 71,000 liters in here. Should do something to compact it down. All right, what are we doing? I don't feel like this thing's actually doing much. Definitely. Couldn't agree more. My favorite part about doing this new playthrough that we're doing on Sri Lanka is, you know, if like I don't have a planter and Nugget doesn't have a seed drill. So we kind of work together and share our equipment. And I've decided that this is quite possibly the most useless compacting tool I've ever experienced in my life. So we're going to return it. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel here, and we do a lot of live streams, uh, and if you guys could leave a like and leave a comment, possibly subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. Um, I'm trying to see uh, whether I can which platform I can grow quicker, my TikTok to 5,000 or my um, yeah, I don't know which is going to be better. Which I can grow to my TikTok to 5,000 or my YouTube to 1,000. YouTube seems to be a lot harder. Um, but, you know, I'm not too overly concerned. I'm not making money anyway, so it's not like any big deal or anything. Okay, so that was a flop. Let's give this one a try. We'll go with that. And then everything else. All right. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun actually. There's no pressure to, worry about who's doing what. We share contracts, so um, if he wants to take a plowing one, he goes ahead and he does it. Uh, I have a sawmill, whereas he doesn't. So if he wants to, um, but he has a hoe and I don't. So if he wants to do a hoeing contract or weeding contract, he can go right ahead. I just take the um, contracts for deadwood and I load up my sawmill with the deadwood. But right now we're closing in on harvest season and neither one of us has a harvester. So that'll be our big objective here coming up. He's going to need one before I do. So I don't know. I was gonna talk to him and see if he wanted to split the cost. Like I would send him money and or vice versa. All right, now how are we doing? This roller, that works a lot better than that blower does. Not sure why it's letting me go so fast. I think I have a big enough silo for how much silage I have in it. All right, that's what I wanted to see. All right, let's yeah, just like that. Excuse me. Now, what kind of rollers can we expect to get? I like this one. All right, you guys, it looks like I'm about to that time where I'm going to have to wrap this up and head on out, go get kids. Grass roller, soil roller. I just want to go ahead and get this guy back. And ideally, I'll stop streaming, let him do his thing on the field. You too. Make sure you get plenty of rest. Don't overdo it. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.